Going to a football game. Going out for a drink. 2 and 4. How do you know which to use and when to use it? We're going to go over that right now. Hello, my name is Johnny with English Supplement, and today we are going to cover 2 and 4. Let's get right into it. Let's go over the reasons and uses for the word for. I want you to remember these. For. And that is schedule, agreement, length of time, benefits, function, reason plus noun, and helping someone. Now for 2, remember distance, comparison, destination, time, reason plus verb, and giving. Now, don't worry about knowing all those immediately. I put a sheet that you can download. There's no email sign up. A sheet with notes for this video for you to help you on your way. Let's go over each one. Let's start with 4. Let's talk about schedule. Schedule something. I scheduled my surgery for April 13th. I scheduled my surgery for April 13th. Okay, we use for when we talk about scheduling something in the future. I made my tutoring appointment for next Tuesday. I made my tutoring appointment for next Tuesday. Now agreement. Let's talk about agreement. We use for in agreement with a sentence such as, I am for a 3-day weekend. I am for a 3-day weekend. I'm in support of something. I am for it. I am for the peace negotiations. I am for the peace negotiations. I'm for that. I support that. Okay, I'm in agreement with that. So we use for with agreement. Next, length of time. We use for when we're talking about length of time. For example, I've lived in the United States for 37 years. I've lived in the United States for 37 years. I've been teaching English for 5 years. I've been teaching English for 5 years. And so length of time, for and length of time. Next, we use for when talking about benefits, things that are beneficial. Like eating protein is good for building muscle. Eating protein is good for building muscle. Or exercise is good for your health. Exercise is good for your health. We also use for when talking about the function of something. For example, what's that for? This pen is for writing. This pen is for writing. What's that? This coffee mug? This coffee mug is for holding coffee. This coffee mug is for holding coffee. Another way we use for is when we're talking about a reason plus a noun. For example, let's go out for pizza. Let's go out for pizza. Why are we going out? For pizza. Let's go out for pizza. Or, I'm going to bed early for some much needed rest. I'm going to bed early. Why? What's the reason? For some much needed rest. And finally, we use for For helping someone. We use for reason for helping somebody. For example, would you clean out the refrigerator for me? Would you please clean out the refrigerator for me? Okay, you're helping me. You're helping me out. Would you please move that couch for me so I can clean behind it? Would you please move that couch for me so I can clean behind it? Next, let's talk about to. Using to as opposed to for. We use to talk about distance. For example, it's only 5 more miles to the next town. It's only 5 more miles to the next town. Or, we still have 100 more miles to go. We still have 100 more miles to go. Okay, both of these are distance. We're talking about distance. 5 miles to the next town, 100 more miles to go. We use to in talking about comparison. When we're comparing two things. For example, I prefer writing to public speaking. I prefer writing to public speaking. Or, I prefer camping to staying in a hotel. I prefer camping to staying in a hotel. So we're comparing two things. Camping to staying in a hotel. Writing to public speaking. We're comparing two things. Next, destination. We're going to Disneyland. We're going to Disneyland. We use to when talking about destinations. We're going to Egypt, India, Brazil, Spain, Portugal. We're going to there, to that place. In destination terms, we use to. Next, we use to when talking about time, but not all the time. For example, it's 10 minutes to 3. It's 10 minutes to 3. But what if it's just 3 o'clock? We don't use to. What if the time is 3:05? What if it's 3:15? What if it's 3:30? We use to when talking about time, specifically when we're coming up on the next hour. It's 20 minutes to 3. It's 15 minutes to 3. It's 5 minutes to 3. So that last half hour, we use to when talking about time. Next, we use to when we're discussing reason plus a verb. For example, I stopped by your house the other day to drop off your computer. I stopped by your house the other day to drop off your computer. Okay, the reason. Why'd you stop by my house? To drop off your computer. I went home to see my family. I went home to see my family. Why did you go home? To see my family. So reason plus verb. And finally, we use to when we're talking about giving. So for example, I don't have your phone. I gave it to you. I don't have your phone. I gave it to you. Or, let me give these tickets to you. Let me give these tickets to you. Okay, giving. So we talk about giving, we use to. Now let's recap the uses of for and to. When we use for, we use it when we're talking about schedule, agreement, length of time, benefits, function, reason plus noun, and helping someone. Now we use to When we're talking about distance, a distance to somewhere. When we're talking about comparison, liking, I compare, I prefer one thing to another. Destination, where are you going to? Where are you going to? Okay. Time, 15 minutes to 3, 5 minutes to 4. Okay. Reason plus verb. I went home to see my family. I went home to see my family. And giving. Let me give this to you. Let me give it to you. There's a free downloadable sheet to go with this video in the description below. There's no email sign up. It's for you to help you on your journey to becoming a better English speaker. Please check out EnglishSupplement.com. Until next time, keep studying and we'll see you soon.